This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of our viewers and listeners tuning in with us here in INCRadio, Texas Satellite Studio. It is currently 1:31 p.m. Central Daylight Time here in Austin, Texas, and we're now in the month of April. And today I'm your host, Brother Justin Talioga. And let's go ahead and see who else is here with us, starting off with our co-host for today, Sister Wendy. Sister Wendy, how are you?
Doing well. Thank you for asking, Brother Justin. Hi, everyone. I'm Sister Wendy from local of Houston, and the weather is looking amazing. So excited to get some outdoor time. And yes, let's see who else is with us today. I'll start handing it off to one of our panelists, Sister Jill. Hi, Sister Jill.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, everyone. My name is Jillian. Thank you guys so much for having me here today. Very excited to be here.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Jill. And let's see who else is here with us. Sister Rio, how are you today?
Hello, everyone. It's Sister Rio. I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm glad to be here today as well.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. And let's go north. Let's head on our way up north to our young panelists who are over there in Killeen. So let's see how our brother in Killeen are doing. How are y'all?
Hi, we're good. We're good, Mommy.
Hello. Okay, so let's start. Okay, normally I do left to right, but let's we're gonna go from right to left. Okay, so who is the eldest, and then going on down. I'm doing this from what I'm seeing. So let's start from the eldest and then on down. So please introduce yourselves.
Hi po, I'm the eldest. I'm Ella. Hi po, I'm the middle child, and I'm Elise. Hi po. Hi.
Okay, so we have a sister, uh, Ella and Elise. Wait, I'm confused. So Ella is the eldest.
Yes po, I'm the eldest.
Okay, is the eldest. Sister Elise is the one in the middle, and brother Ethan is the youngest.
I'm the last child. Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, we're very happy to have you on today, and I'm looking forward for us discussing for the topic that we have for today. And before we move on to that, actually, it looks like we have quite a bit of viewers on our chat right now. Looks like we have Brother Byrne, who's actually asking our question of the day, which is, how do you show appreciation to your parents? And we'll go into that later on. We have Sister Flo coming all the way from the Oregon Satellite Studio, who's happily tuning in with us. And we also have our brother Matt Talents, who's tuning in with us, who says hello to our INC Radio Texas family and friends. Hashtag Think Big Texas. And he's tuning in all the way from Corpus Christi. And we also have Sister Erin Domingo tuning in from Houston, Texas. We also have the resident minister from Killeen, Brother Ramel Aquino, tuning in with us. And we also have, oh, wow, the chat is just, I'm losing my place in the chat right now. Oh, looks like we have Aislinn Parker, who's tuning in from Burlingame, Northwest California. And we'll be sure to read more comments at some point during our show later on. But yes, our topic for today is parent appreciation, because we love our parents. So how exactly do we love our parents, and how do we bond with them? And maybe us, and we also have some of our panelists who live quite far from them. And so that's going to be a topic for today. And of course, our question of the day is going to be, how do you show appreciation to your parents? Please let us know in a live YouTube chat, and we'll be sure to read your answers at some point during our show. So I want to start off with Sister Jill. So since our question is, how do you show appreciation to your parents? How how do you do that? How do you show appreciation to your parents?
Yeah, of course. So I actually live a few hours away from my parents. And so what that looks like is on most days, I'll FaceTime or I'll call them to catch up on my day at work, even though most of my days are pretty uneventful. But I know how hard it can be to be away from your parents and your family. So I do like to call them pretty often. And every once in a while, I'll drive up there to Dallas where my parents live. Or it can even be the other way around. They'll sometimes come here to visit me. And, sometimes there are events or celebrations like birthdays, I can't always be there with them. So I'll surprise them with things like balloons, cookies, brownies, other sweet treats, and I'll just send them over to their home.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, we not only do we love the normal check-ins and and of course the visits, but surprise visits. I like the thought of surprise visits. Of course, you live quite the distance from your family, so of course they understand your schedules. Um, so they understand that you can't come in on time to time, but yet you surprise them. Do you remember when's the last time you surprised them?
Well, the last time we saw each other, they actually came to see me. That was a couple months ago, back in February. And I'll actually be going there next month to celebrate my mom's birthday. So, yeah, pretty excited about that.
Okay, all right. Well, happy birthday, happy early birthday to your mom, Sister Jill. And then, yes, as we mentioned earlier, much like Sister Jill, some of our panelists live quite the distance from their children. So I actually want to ask my co-host here, Sister Wendy. So, Sister Wendy, of course, your parents are live quite the distance, but if it's okay with you, how far exactly are your parents from you?
Yeah, sure. So my parents are 13 hours flight time away. So they are currently living in Taiwan, but that doesn't stop, that doesn't stop me. And similar to Sister Jill, I do like to video chat with them from time to time. And I have figured out how to order some like gifts or things like that directly in Taiwan so that they can be delivered directly to my family. So in a way, it's also kind of just staying connected with them, and most importantly, it's just checking in, chatting, and sharing kind of what's going on in my life, what's going on in their lives, and also just really saying thank you, appreciating them.
Oh yes, gift giving. Yes, one of these, is it seven or five? Oh, it's one of the love languages. Yes, we love doing it, and I might have to message you later on because of course I also have family that live on the other side of the world in the Philippines, and then I think I want to start doing that actually, sending yes, sending presents to show my appreciation.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. And so I think I'd really like to go to Sister Ella, Sister and Brother Ethan. How do you guys share or show your appreciation to your parents?
I share my appreciation to my parents by like showing them that I love them, like spending time with them, such as movie nights, like shopping, sometimes playing outside. Cause me and my dad are a really big sports team.
Nice. All right. Movie time sounds amazing. And it just sounds like really good quality time playing sports as well. Thank you, Sister Ella, for sharing. What about you, Sister Elise?
I show my appreciation by getting good grades, respecting my family, and sometimes um, playing with them.
Oh, nice. Yes. I'm pretty sure your parents are really happy when you get good grades and also when you respect them and showing, spending time with them as well. What about you, Brother Ethan?
I look forward for that because my dad. Wrong one. Okay, what's okay?
Nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And of course, last but not least, I'd also like to just see Sister Rio. How about you? And maybe a little bit of background. Do you live with your parents right now? And then how do you share your appreciation to your parents?
Yes, of course. So I'm actually living quite the distance away from my family as well. And so for me, the way I show my appreciation to them is I try to call them every day. I try to call them every day, a phone call, or with my mom, I FaceTime her, even my dad. Just so like even though we're all busy with our own individual lives, it's nice to check in with them. And then I just tell them about my day, even though I'm here, living far away from them. And then whenever I'm able to, like Sister Jillian, I also drive to where my hometown is. And then sometimes they come to visit me and I kind of take them out and, treat them to like new restaurants or something, just to just for them to kind of see how living life here is versus over there at my hometown.
Yeah, that's really nice. Maybe you and Sister Jill can share notes on how to plan surprise visits as well. Yeah. And so, when was the last time you drove over to visit your parents? Just out of curiosity.
Definitely last month. That was the last time that I went to visit them. But they were actually here last weekend. So I was able to treat them to some crawfish and dim sum.
Nice. That's having delicious food is always a good way to kind of catch up and also bond together. Um, yeah, what about you, Brother Justin? I think you mentioned you also have family that lives far away from you. So I'll kind of just, ask the question to you as well.
Am I here? Am I here? Is my Wi-Fi here? Hello? It's like this happens every time Brother Byrne is our program director for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. But okay, yes. Thank you so much for playing the reverse card on me, Sister Wendy. But one way I like to show appreciation to my parents, and this is something I really need to do more often because I haven't been able to do it lately. But it's acts of service. Yes, acts of service. So whenever I'm out and about running errands, then that's when I find the time to do stuff for my parents because of course there are some things that they need for them, whether it be groceries, sometimes it's medicine. So that's when I would make the time to run and make errands for them and get the things they need. And then there are actually quite a bit of. I like how a lot of us have mentioned surprises here. I think that this year I'm gonna try and try that. How am I gonna do that? I do not know. But let's see. Let's check in with our viewers and listeners who are with us today. Looks like we have Lily Morquillo tuning in from Austin, Texas. We have Gina Amiscosa tuning in from San Antonio. We have Benson Santa Maria tuning in from hashtag Edinburgh. And we also have our very own program director, Brother Byrne, who says, "For me, since I am away with my friends from time to time, I slip some messages saying I appreciate them and always take care. We love checking in." And we also have a sister, Flo, who says, "Spending time with my parents, being a young, busy mom, then I still made time to visit them. We love making time to visit our parents with those that live far away from them. And we also have Trey Garcia, who's tuning in from Edinburgh, Texas, and Elizabeth Red, who's also from Edinburgh, Texas. Seeing quite a bit of Edinburgh from here. So if you're from Edinburgh, please make some noise in the live YouTube chat. And we also have Jeffrey Domingo, our CFO overseer, who says greetings to our young brethren from the local congregation of Killeen. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. Please enjoy time with your parents. Thank you for the message, Brother Jeff. And we also have Army Martin, who says happy Saturday from hashtag Austin. Appreciate my parents by calling them every day, like Sister Ria. I love seeing how everyone in this chat loves checking in with their parents, checking in with their family. We love seeing that. We love the love here in the live YouTube chat. And we also have Elizabeth Talents, who's tuning in from Corpus Christi. And we also have our brother Neil Trinidad, one of the ministers of the gospel, is tuning in from Beaumont, Texas. And we also have I gotta take a breather. We also have Dorian Kata tuning in from Corpus Christi. So thank you so much to all our viewers and listeners who have tuned in with us so far in our live YouTube chat. And it looks like we have Adalia De La Cruz tuning in all the way from Thailand. Greetings to our viewers and listeners over there in Thailand. Wow, thank you so much again to all of our viewers and listeners. But again, if you have not yet answered our question of the day, our question of the day is, how do you show appreciation to your parents? Is that okay? Yeah, it's how do you show appreciation to your parents? Ooh, it's kind of a tongue twister. So let us know in the live YouTube chat. We'll be sure to continue to reading them at some point during our show. So, Sister Wendy, can you please catch me up, because I guess to being off air for 2 minutes is quite a long time. So, what did I miss from here?
Oh, you definitely missed a good amount of really interesting and amazing content. So, just as a quick recap, Sister Ella did share that she does like to show her appreciation with her family, like with movie nights, and her and her dad are, really active in sports, and so they do play sports together, which is really amazing, and she helps around as well. And then Sister Elise tries to really get good grades, and also she shows respect to her parents, and she also plays with them too, which I think it's really amazing. And then Brother Ethan, he also shared how he would like to show appreciation, but I think most importantly, it does sound like all three of you spend time and showing like your appreciation, thank you, with to your parents. And Sister Rio also mentioned that she does live quite a bit of a distance away from her parents. And so either her parents will visit and she'll treat them to really delicious food. I might have to talk with you offline to kind of get a good restaurant list to enjoy food. And also,
We
or,
love food. We love food.
right,
That's something we always
exactly.
talk about on INC Radio.
Yeah, and she calls her parents. I think it's every day, right, Sister Rio? Yeah, that's really amazing. And Sister Jill too. She also calls and just keeps in touch with her parents a really often. Um, and I think that's it. But please, if there's anything I missed, feel free to jump in.
Oh yes, wow! I love hearing all the stories from all of our panelists here, and I kind of want to hear a little bit more from our young panelists over there in Killeen. I'm just curious. So y'all say you play lots of sports with your dad. Do you know what kind of sports you all play? Is it basketball? I hope it's not tackle football. If yes, then okay. I'm happy for that. But do you know what kind of sports you play with your parents?
So for Maple, I play volleyball, badminton, and then sometimes basketball with my dad. For Maple, I play baseball and badminton and also volleyball. But what do you play?
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, brother Ethan.
I play baseball.
Was that baseball I heard, or was it something else?
Baseball, but
Oh, I love baseball. Uh-huh. Yes, I love baseball. I haven't played it, and so I can't say I'm the best at it, but I love watching it and learning all about it. So thank you so much to our young panelists over there in Killeen. I feel like I need a name just for the three of you. I don't know what it is yet, but hopefully I can figure it out. So I'm just curious while we are still having the show. So Sister Wendy, you said your parents live all the way in Taiwan. Do you remember the last time you were there?
Ooh, it was probably a couple years ago before the pandemic started, and
Oh, yes, okay.
mhm. Yeah, but I feel like while it is different, video chatting versus in person, but I think at least technology really helped these days, and being able to just pick up the phone, call them, or they'll just call me. And definitely whenever they do call me, which is pretty often, um, I do pick up and kind of just put down everything else and pick up the phone. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yes, thank you so much, Sister Wendy, for sharing that with us. Well, hopefully, once you're able to, you'll be able to visit your parents once again in Taiwan, or maybe they'll be coming here, which is totally which is up to y'all's discretion. But thank you so much for sharing that with us, Sister Wendy. So it's now as we are having our show, let's see who else is tuning in with us in our live YouTube chat. Looks like we have Alili Mokio who says, I call and send messages to my parents as often as possible because I do video calls since they are in the Philippines. We also have Blessed Magigat who says, hello to happy listening from Houston, Texas. And looks like we also have wow, who else do we have here? Look, we have a Benson Santa Maria who says, "I listen 100 times to my mom's constant advice." Wow, we love listening to our parents' advice. That's something that's very much underlooked when it comes to advice from our parents. Now, when it comes to advice from our parents, I kind of want to know this from some of our panelists too. So I want to know this from Sister Jill. So what's a piece from advice that you remember from your parents?
Wow, but they're just in there's just so many. I can't think of one right on the spot, but before I moved here on my own, I do remember them telling me, you always want to keep your faith strong and pray to God, and just keep that in mind, because when you live alone, there's just challenges that you face that may be different from challenges that you had when you were still young and lived and stayed with your parents. And so I would say that would be the most, or one of the most important pieces of advice that my parents have given me.
Okay, all right. Yes, we love staying strong in the faith, especially especially when you're living on your own, because it is definitely. I understand it's very much harder when it comes to living on your own, living away from your parents. So it's really it's really something that you really have to maintain, especially if you're by yourself. How about you, Sister Rio? What's a piece of advice that you learned from your parents? What's something you remember?
Just like Sister Jillian, the biggest thing is always, always pray, and always attend church. Those are the biggest things. But there's so much more than that. But that's like the highlight. Whenever you leave the nest and you're kind of on your own, that's what ultimately um, I turn to.
Thank you so much, Sister Rio. Yeah, so whenever it comes to living on your own, that's when you're spreading your wings, about to be your own person. But of course, even though we have that opportunity, we should never forget that we are always members of the Church of Christ. So we should always that's something we should always remember, no matter where we are, where or how we are in life, and that's definitely a piece of advice that we do get from our parents. And and before we wrap up our show, looks like we have even more comments from our from our viewers and listeners. Looks like we have, excuse me, look, sorry, I lost my place for a moment. But looks like we have brother Matt Talents who said, "I show appreciation to my parents by saying thank you. I love them and being obedient to them. We love saying thank you." And looks like we also have Alice Barassi who says, "Shout out both to soon to be parents, Sister Jam and brother Ferdy of Umble." So congratulations to those in to those over there in Umble. Oh, and it looks like we also have. Oh wow, looks like we have Sister Jane Manahan from our neighbor up north from the District of South Central States, who says we love and miss Texas. And we also have Brother Michael Bug, who says greetings to all brethren around the world and in the great District of Texas. The Bug family watching from Universal City, and we also have Lenore Dumapias, who's tuning in from Corpus Christi. And thank you again to our viewers and listeners who have tuned in so far here on our show. But before we end our program, we can never forget to thank our district multimedia advisor, Brother Matt Talents, our district CFO overseer, Brother Jeffrey Domingo, our assistant district minister, Brother June Barzana, our district supervising minister, Brother Gino Romilio, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Endaya, our station manager, Brother Arnel Solano, our CFO coordinator and SEBC CEO, Brother Angelo Arano V. Manalo, and of course, we can never forget to thank our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for all your support in these programs, Bo. And before we end our show, I think we have some greens and shout outs. So let's go back over there to Killeen. Do any of you have any greens and shout outs you want to make?
Yes, Bob. Yes, Bob. Yes, Bob.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Is and anyone out there you want to say hi to that might be watching?
Hi,
I would
Dad.
say hi to my dad and my best friend that's moving to Alaska. I
Hi,
also
Dad.
want to say hi to my dad and my mom.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much to our young, very young panelists over there in Killeen. And now let's go back over to the Houston area. Sister Bria, do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Yes, shout out to my parents and my brother. I hope you all are well.
Sister Jill, how about you? Greetings and shout outs?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to my mom and dad. I miss you guys both very much, and I can't wait to see you soon.
All right. Shout out to those in Dallas. All right. And how about you, Sister Wayne? Do you have any greetings and shout outs?
Sure. So shout out to my parents. Thank you so much. And also thank you everyone who tuned in and also commented today. Thank you so, so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Whitey. And again, thank you to our viewers and listeners who have tuned in with us here on INC Radio Texas. Be sure to tune in to INC Radio, which will be next Saturday, which is every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, or every Sunday at 2:30 a.m. Philippine time. And and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our INC Radio YouTube channel. That's INC Radio DZM 954. Just click that subscribe button and also the notification bell button. That way you can get all the updates coming from all the programs here on INC Radio. And coming after this, we have INC Radio South Central States. Thank you so much. We will see you next time.